am back with another video, and today's video is kind of gonna go along with a previous video, my first video I actually put out. I call it my first video because it's the first one of like basically this year that I've made. Basically, I wanted to go over my personal top 10 foundations. So I have quite a variety, and I also have a mix of drugstore and high-end. So maybe, just maybe, you might find one that you might want to try, or that might be on your list too of foundations that you like as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Just a disclaimer, if you hear a child screaming, playing, my kid is playing Minecraft with some friends online, and he is screaming on the top of his lungs, having a good old time. I've told him to try to keep it down a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be working much. So, you're probably going to hear him a little bit. Just know he's all good. Nothing bad's happening. He's just having fun. So, all right. So let's go ahead and dive into my personal top foundations. I should also say another disclaimer actually for makeup is that these foundations are really in no particular order. It's not like this is my number one, this is my least favorite out of my favorites. It's just going to be kind of random. I'm just going to grab foundations that I love and kind of do a quick little description of why I like them and go from there, because I have certain foundations that I like for several different reasons. It could be, mostly depends on what my skin is doing that day, whether it's feeling oily or dry, or if I'm gonna be outside and need a lot of coverage, if I want light coverage, you know, there's all kinds of reasons, and I'll go over that probably with each foundation. So let's go ahead and start with my I'm gonna go ahead and say this is my number one foundation, just because it is one of my pride and joy type foundations. If you know me, chances are you know already what foundation I'm about to say. So let me grab it, and it is, it is Double Wear by Estee Lauder. I love this foundation. I just do. I just love it. And probably because it's one of the best matched foundations I have. Like, I put it on my skin and I feel like it's like putting flawless skin on my face. It is rather pricey. It's about $43. So, but I do feel like a little bit goes a long way with it. So it lasts me quite a long time. I mean, granted, I do use different foundations all the time, so it's going to last me longer than if this was your everyday foundation, but a little bit goes a long way. I mean, it literally only takes a little bit of a drop. So first off, this is a very long wearing foundation. So I'm going to kind of go over some of its claims. It claims 24-hour wear, all day wear. So chances are most people aren't wearing a foundation for 24 hours. But I love a foundation that can last 8 to 10, 12 hours. This will definitely do it. It is full coverage. It has a matte finish, so be wary of that. If you don't like matte foundations, this may not be like your favorite. I feel like it's really easily blendable. It's a liquid foundation at that. It's not a cream. What's also great about this foundation is that it has an amazing shade range. So no matter your skin tone, like, chances are there's going to be a shade for you. It's, what is there? 55 shades within this range. It's amazing. All the way from warm, neutral to cool. Also, another disclaimer, I did used to sell this foundation back in the day when I worked at Macy's. I worked at the Estee Lauder counter for a while. And once I got matched in this foundation, I couldn't even stop wearing it. Like, I genuinely loved it. I had no problem trying to sell this foundation because I genuinely loved it. And here I am, how many years later? 10 years later maybe? And I'm still raving about this foundation. I ain't getting paid. I love this foundation. So, okay. So, and there's my kids screaming. All right, other foundation that I have and love is this CoverGirl So this is in the drugstore range. CoverGirl plus Olay Simply Ageless. It's a very, very hydrating cream. I don't even know if I want to show you because it probably looks gross, but it's very well loved. It's used. I will continue to repurchase this foundation because it's just so easy to grab, dip your brush in there, and apply. Like, the ease of use for this foundation is amazing. You can use a brush or sponge with it, which is great. I typically use a brush anyways, but the price of this is anywhere from $12 to $14, and you can find it anywhere. It's at Rite Aid, it's at Walmart, you can find it at pretty much any of your local type drugstore where you can go find makeup. I mean, CoverGirl is darn near everywhere, so that's not going to be a problem. So next foundation I am going to talk about is this one's kind of like the underdog, I feel like, of my foundation list. This is probably one that maybe there's going to definitely be a portion of you guys that probably have never even heard of this foundation or even know anything about it because it doesn't get talked about a lot, but it's really, really good. And it's by Flower Beauty, and it's the Light Illusion foundation. And it's a luminous makeup with nude skin feel. All day wear, it claims. And it has broad spectrum of SPF 18, so there's a tiny bit of sunscreen there, you know. That's not enough for me, but, you know, I love sunscreen in a foundation. It's very, as it claims, luminous. It is. It's definitely going to look really beautiful on your skin. It's going to look luminous. So if you have a skin type that is on the drier side to combo, I think you'll really like it. If you have mature skin, I think this will be a great foundation for you as well. The only bummer I think about this foundation is its shade range. Like, its shade range really needs to get a lot better. This one is, when I looked it up, it shows that it's $14.29 at Ulta. I know Flower Beauty was that time at Walmart. It might still be at Walmart. I'm not sure. Usually if I buy anything from Flower Beauty, it's through Ulta. So I know, I feel like I remember hearing something like it was gonna leave Walmart, but I'm not sure. And if you don't know about Flower Beauty, it is a brand that was made by Drew Barrymore, and I stan Drew Barrymore. I love her. So I was definitely excited when she came out with a makeup brand because she's just the coolest. So this is another one that I love. Okay, so the next foundation I want to talk about is by L'Oreal, and it is the Infallible Pro Glow foundation. And this is one that I really like. It makes me smile because it's just so beautiful on the skin. My kid! Anyways, I hope this is not so bad in the video. This is my life. I don't know what else I'm supposed to film. It is 24-hour wear in a glowy type foundation. And I will say this does last a very, very long time on the skin. I can't vouch for 24 hours because I've never worn a foundation for like 24 hours. I can't think of maybe one time where, you know, I guess if you slept in your makeup once, but I don't even think, you know, you wake up and you clean your face. So I don't know. Anyways, I think the point is it's just supposed to be super duper long wearing. This foundation has an amazing shade range as well. So from light to dark, all in between, you're going to find a shade that matches you. Also, it gives a radiant finish. I tend to like foundations that have more of a luminous, glowy, satin type finish just because it works best for my skin. I can understand if you are oily skin, you're probably going to be like, well, I don't want to look more oily, which you don't want to. So that's when like the matte foundations will be better for you. Let's see, price point is $12.99, so not bad for in the drugstore range at all. And a lot of times this foundation, you can find it like buy one get one half off or free, and I've definitely taken advantage of that. That's what's great about L'Oreal with it being in a drugstore, that a lot of times they have like BOGO sales. Then you can get your foundation and pair it with your concealer, or pair it with a lipstick or something like that, or just get 2 shades that you like. But it gives medium coverage. Let's see, it's glowy, very hydrating, and I think that's it, what I wanted to touch on. I have like a list, so if you see me like looking down here, it's because I tried to be like, make a list of why I like certain foundations and things I wanted to talk about. But yeah, this is another one. I just like it. The matte one I didn't like in the Infallible, but that's probably because I am more on the dry to dry combo skin, that I didn't like the matte one, but this one I definitely did. Ready for some bouginess, because this is a very bougie foundation in my opinion. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. This is the original. She did recently, I guess, kind of reformulated this foundation. I do not have the new updated luminous one, which I need to get because it's luminous. Like, I need to get it. This one is the matte one, and to say that, you know, I like a matte foundation, you know, because Double Wear is kind of like my holy grail. And then when this one came out, I just absolutely loved it. I personally love the smell of this, but when you watch reviews of a lot of Huda's foundation products, skincare, a lot of her products have a smell. And it's a very perfume type scent. And I personally like it because it reminds me of a scent. It's very nostalgic for me, and it's the Estee Lauder Beyond Paradise. I really love that fragrance. Some people don't like, you know, overly floral type fragrances, which I don't blame you at all. I actually don't like overly floral fragrances either, but there's something about Beyond Paradise that I really love. It's kind of a sweet floral in my opinion, and I don't know, I feel like her foundations smell like that perfume. And so that was a big gripe with when this foundation came out. When I was watching reviews on it, a lot of people were like, oh my god, the smell. And I had already bought some of her products, so, you know, when I got this foundation, I was like, oh, I guess my camera died in the middle of filming because I'm running out of room on my phone, I guess, for filming, so I'm gonna have to delete some stuff. But I'm going to try to get through this kind of quickly. I'm almost done, actually. But anyways, I was in the middle of talking about the Huda Beauty foundation. And this foundation is $40. It is matte. It's actually very super matte. It's very fragrant. It was recently updated, which I think I just mentioned. It was recently updated because there was a lot of gripes about this foundation. So I'm kind of like the exception with people liking this foundation. So be wary of it because, you know, a lot of people didn't like it, but I did. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, this is my list of foundations. This isn't like the people's top foundation list. This is my list. So this is the foundation I grab for a lot. I have actually 3 different shades. That's how much, because, you know, sometimes my skin color will change a little bit, you know, if I'm tanning or not tanning. I shouldn't say tanning because I'm out in the sun tanning. I'm tanning because I wear, like, you know, like self-tanner. But, anyways, it has an amazing shade range as well. And like I said, it did just get updated. She's making a luminous, fragrance-free formula. So I'm going to be ordering that really soon. I just haven't done it yet because I have a boatload of foundations. And I had bought so much of this that I was like, I kind of wanted to get through this foundation a little bit before I tried it. But it is luminous, and I kind of need it. I kind of need to buy it. Yeah. Why haven't I bought it? Anywho, so this is on my list. Like I said, it's my list. I don't recommend it for everybody. One of the last foundations, this is the second to last foundation I'm going to talk about. And this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. And sorry for the nasty bottle. But anyone that actually uses and wears foundation knows that this is reality. Like, this is what they look like. Okay, so this is ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation, and it is $16 retail. You can get it at Ulta. You can get it online through ColourPop. I think it's ColourPop.com. I don't know. Google ColourPop, you'll find it. But it is also in Ulta. And this is a really great foundation because it's very hydrating. Again, you can see kind of like a trend of the type of foundations I really like. It's hydrating. This is medium to full coverage. It has a great shade range and a beautiful finish. 8+ hours of wear. It's just really pretty on. I love it. It's just a great foundation. It's one that I know I can put on, and I'm not gonna have to worry about what it's gonna look like in 4 hours. Like, it's gonna look good, and that's all. Isn't that what we want? Is like, at the end of the day, in 8 hours after our day is hopefully over, or just, you know, it's time to relax, like, our foundation is gonna hold, and that's all we want. So last foundation I'm gonna talk about, I actually used in my face routine video, and that is my Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. And this is actually considered a tinted moisturizer, but I feel like it's actually, like, it provides coverage for a tinted moisturizer. Like, I don't think of tinted moisturizer and think of really a whole lot of coverage. It's more like, kind of like a hydrating blur, like almost kind of like a BB cream. But I feel like this is like 1 or 2 steps up from like a BB cream or tinted moisturizer. It's not cakey. I will say it does do like a medium coverage, but it is still a hydrate. Like, it's going to look really pretty on your skin, and it's really going to kind of just blur any imperfections without feeling like you have a heavy layer. I feel like this foundation really sits well on your skin too. It looks really pretty. It retails for $39, so it's on the it's in the higher end. You can find it at Ulta, Sephora, at Macy's, so you can find this at a lot of places. It also has a really good shade range too, and I think with it being a tinted moisturizer, you can kind of play with the shade ranges a little bit. Like, I have 2 of them. I have shade 20 fair and then 30 light for me, and a lot of times I will mix both of these to get my perfect shade. But like, if I just wanted to wear the 20, like, I could just wear the 20 and I'd be fine, or the 30. So the shade range is kind of nice because you can kind of, like, if you know you're in the fair to light, medium to tan, and then into deep, you're probably, chances are, going to find one that's going to work for your skin tone, which is nice, you know. It's very stressful trying to go to a store and pick out a foundation, especially if you can't personally try it on. Usually at most counters or at stores like Sephora, Ulta, at a Macy's, you can try it on. They'll sample it for you. So chances are you can definitely get a good match with this. This is very glowy. It's beautiful. I really like the finish of it, and it has really good long wear on it too. So that's good. That's what you want, right? Okay, so yep, I'm looking at my list. I'm looking at my foundations. That is it. There are other foundations that I do enjoy, but I just kind of, with this video and this list, I just kind of wanted to highlight my most favorite. Like, I know if I grab these foundations, they're going to do what I want them to do. They're going to perform the way I want them to perform. They're going to match. They're going to look good. They're going to blend with all my other products that I apply with on top of my face as well. So, you know, can't go wrong with that. So, hopefully this video will be helpful to you, and you may find 1 or 2 foundations that you may want to try if it sounds like one of those foundations would work for you. So, anywho, thanks for watching. Sorry my kid is a crazy person and screaming the whole time, playing, but mom life. What you gonna do? Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.